This is how healthy birds behave. They play around. I know all farmers love to see their birds. This is afternoon feeding. This is 2:40. I want to feed them in the afternoon. So, and all that. Can see that there is egg here. You can see. This is how healthy birds behave. They are all hungry. You know, at this stage, the way they are jumping up and down, if there was any sick one, you will easily find out. Like I told, if there was a sick one among them like this now, it is easy to know because the sick birds are not active. It will just be in one corner. So at this stage, if there was a sick bird, it will be easy. It will be easy for me to see the sick bird and pick it out. You can see how active they all are. If there was a sick one, I would definitely see the sick bird. So far, so good. We have egg inside, like the lid. The difference between yesterday and today's egg, they've laid like half crates. They've laid like half crates, so the difference between yesterday and today. There is even one here. There's even one here. Maybe this is the part of the job I like though. The job of picking eggs, that's what I like. So it's afternoon. They're about to do second feeding. Yes, like I told you, you have to have a particular time when you feed. Don't just feed randomly. Today you are feeding 1 p.m. Tomorrow you are feeding 3 p.m. Have a specific time. And like I said, one of the reasons why I love deep litter right now is the fact that you see these parts that they are running around. If there was a sick bird, you would definitely catch it. You would definitely know. Do you understand? If there was a sick bird right now, you would definitely know that there's a sick bird. Because right now, everybody wants to eat. And you and I know that sick birds, they are timid. They don't like, they don't want to eat, they don't want to drink. But you can see that they are all active. They all want to eat. And like I said, they lay between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's where you get the peak egg. So as we came to do afternoon feeding, you can see I picked another 3 eggs. So that's just it, as I came to do afternoon feeding. So even after feeding them, we'll still be able to get some eggs. But it won't be like the numbers that we got earlier. It won't be like the numbers that we got earlier. You can see everybody wants to eat. And mind you, we feed bulk of the feed in the morning. You should feed bulk of the feed in the morning. Yes, you should feed bulk of the feed in the morning. So like we use 2.5 bag a day now, and in the morning we give them 1.5. In the afternoon we give them 1 bag. And the fact that you are giving them 1 bag in the afternoon does not mean that you should put it some places and you should not put it some places. Like I said earlier, if you want your birds to lay well, to pick and lay very well, you have to be very intentional about it. In as much as we are feeding 1 bag and the like I told you, we are using happy chicken. We are using happy chicken. Happy chicken is actually very good. You can't get adva in your location. Happy chicken is also very, very, very good. Like I said, happy chicken is good. It's just adva is, like we say, adva is number one, but happy chicken is also very, very good. Which happy chicken, and it's been giving us wonder. So the fact that we're using one bag and the feeders are much does not mean that we will put in some places and we will not put in some places. You make sure you are fasting feeding, and also you are putting in all the feeders so that some will eat, not like some will eat and some will not eat. All of them will get to eat. Like this one bag now, no matter how many, if like we have 100 feeders here, we will share it among all the feeders. We will share it among all the feeders, so all the birds will eat. Do you understand? So you need to learn how to feed. Like we feed bulk of the feed. We like, okay, I tell you we are using 2.5 bags a day, but we use bulk of the feed in the morning. We use 1.5 in the morning. So in the afternoon, we will not say because we are doing one bag, so we'll put it some places, we'll not put it some places. All the feeders around, they are going to be feed everywhere. You can see that it's sharing the feed everywhere, so that all the birds will eat. All the birds, not like all the birds will eat. All the birds must eat. Not like some will eat. Imagine, okay, we put only here because it's one bag. We just put it fully, not these ones. You will see that some will eat, some will not eat. But the more that when it spreads it round everywhere, when it spreads the feed round everywhere, everybody tends to eat. Like yesterday, the difference between yesterday and today, they've already laid half crates. Yes, we had half crate higher than what we got yesterday. You understand? Sometimes you can get 1 crate higher. It depends on, as they are growing, a lot of them are coming into sexual maturity and they are dropping. When your birds start laying, you need your production is supposed to increase every day until you get to peak production. If you are not getting increase in production every day, then something is wrong. It's either you are overfeeding, which will lead to fat, or you are not feeding enough. Yes, so you need to check your feed. You need to know what you feed them when they start laying. They have I know when they get to their peak, you're supposed to be on 120 gram a day, but at this point they are on 95 gram a day. We are doing 95 gram a day, because the truth is that this is our bed, because of the way we told you that we are mixing layer feed with sweet offer to get grower feed. Our beds were waiting, so we made sure that at this stage we are doing 95 gram, because fat also can lead to prolapse. Yes, fat can lead to prolapse. Fat can lead to egg binding. The point where they want to lay and all their stuff is covered. So you want to make sure that you feed them the right quantity, and make sure you use all the feeder. Like this, our feeder now, we do 15 birds to 1. Yes, and you can see that all the feeders, all their birds all around. Imagine that you didn't put feed in all the feeders. Imagine you didn't put feed in all the feeders. Some will eat and some will not eat. So if you know you want to have good weight uniformity, and you want to have, what's it called? You also want to have good production. Yes, if you want to have good production, make sure you have enough feeders so that all your birds will eat. Because it's a bird that will eat that will lay. It's not what they eat today that they will use to lay today. This one they are eating now is for what they will lay tomorrow. Do you understand? So what they lay today is because they ate well yesterday. So the moment you begin to reduce the feeding that you are feeding your birds, there is a problem. They will not lay. It is what you give them that they will give you. So like I said, one of the reasons why I also like deep litter, as he's feeding them, if there was a sick bird, I will see the birds at the corner. Is that the bird is locking in one corner because he's sick, he does not want to eat or thereabouts. But you can see that all birds are close to a feeder. Everybody wants to flex, and you can see as many as the feeder is, all the feeder has feed, and all the birds will eat. So all this one that is just running around is Obasabi that is worrying them. They just want to follow him anywhere he's going to. So but majority of the birds are going to eat, and you know they're not going to stay there for 100 hours. When they eat a little, they will leave. So all birds will eat. So you need to calculate the number of feeders that are in your pen. Another way you can do it, you can construct feeders too. You don't need to use these our conventional feeders. You don't need to use this particular one. You can that PVC pipe You know that PVC pipe, you can just put it at the wall. The way it's on battery cage, you can put the PVC pipe, you can just cut it up, put the PVC pipe straight, so that way you're not using this type of feeder. You can use that PVC pipe feeder, just put it and hang it straight, so when you put feed, everybody just stand and eat. That's another way, and to look like it's you are the way it is on battery cage. You can also use that type of feeder and all that. So you can see all the birds are eating. This afternoon feeding, and we did the feeding around we started around 2:40. Like I said, have a time that you feed your birds. This period, it is best that you feed within 7 o'clock to 8:30 in the morning. Then around the afternoon, within 2:40 to 3:30, you should feed your birds. Have a time. But when it comes to cold period like the harmattan season, we tend to wait till when the sun is out. You understand? So that they don't use your feed to convert it to heat. So we wait till when the morning sun is out before we feed them. That way you can adjust. But when it comes to the hot period, we tend to feed early. You understand? We tend to feed early. So like now, after feeding them this afternoon, we're still going to come back and still be able to see some pieces of egg. It might not be as much as it was earlier in the day, because normally we get the peak production between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's just the truth. 1 p.m. at most. But at this time, it's just pieces. Like when we came to feed, we saw these pieces of egg and all that. And the difference between yesterday and today was half crates. Imagine they are using half crates to increase your production every day. Imagine that means your birds will come to peak production early. We are so sure we'll get to peak production before our 30th week mark. That part we are so sure we'll get to peak production before our 30th week mark. And please, I'm always saying it, if you know you are new into layer farming, the layer farming is very beautiful. When you start picking eggs, it's very, very beautiful. But one thing that you should do is the fact that you should know what to do at every given time. Do you understand? It is difficult for two farmers to get the same result most times. It is difficult for two farmers to get the same result most times. But if you do the right thing at the right time, you can get a good result. Just watch how to care for your pullets from day old from our page. You will be amazed that there are some things that you can do by yourself as a farmer. You can see initially in the morning when I made the live video, it was as if the pen was very wide because they were in one corner. But right now you can see that they're everywhere. So the space is actually enough for them. They have corners to flex. The truth is that they need space. They might not need the space now, but you see when the heat period really comes, right now it's even hot. We are standing here is hot, but the fact that our pen is actually hairy and all that, I know because our pen is very high, we have to cover a part of it because of the rain that can come in, because we cannot be covering it up and down every time. But the way we cover it right now, rain hardly enters the pen. And remember, when rain starts entering your pen, coccidosis, so you want to do things that will really help you. The timetable is very, very important. The timetable for feeding is very, very important. Your birds layers like to have a place to perch. Like on top of this table now, they can climb here. On top of that place, they can climb there. On top of that table that way, they need somewhere that they can climb, somewhere that they can perch. That's why if you see some people that do deep litter, they just hit some wood inside the pen so that they can climb it, a long wood or something. Like you can see these ones, their mates are eating, but they are there. They've eaten a little and they are okay. Do you understand? So it's better you don't allow them struggle. Don't allow them struggle for feed. Feed everywhere. Feed all your feeders. No matter, even if you are using half bag, make sure that half bag goes round all the feeders so that everybody tends to eat. Because the bird that did not eat this afternoon, tomorrow you might want to skip a day or 2 days before it will give you the second egg, and it will not make sense. And your birds are supposed to lay at every day or every other day, but you can pray to have birds that lay every single day. Yes, people do deep litter and have 90%, 92%, 95% production. It is very, very possible. Don't let anybody tell you that it is not possible. It is actually very, very, very possible. Yes, it's actually very, very possible and all that. So as you can see, they are all there. They are active. And like I said, this is one of the avenues. During feeding is one of the avenues to be able to know, are my birds active? Are my birds sick? Is anything wrong with my birds? Like when I came in and I observed when he was feeding, all the birds were active. everyone wanted to eat. That is one of the beauty I love about deep litter. It's easy for me, when they say it's easy for me to know a bird that is sick. Yes, it is easy for me to know a bird that is sick in deep litter. The bird will walk little by little when the mates are running. If he wants to even run, the birds might not be so eager to eat and drink. So please do not wait for your birds. When your birds start laying, don't be waiting for them to show signs of sickness. At a particular time, you might just want to give a broad spectrum antibiotics. Like when I made the first video, I said when I saw that they are feeding their feeding was reduced, like they don't eat as much as they used to, I had to just give them a broad spectrum antibiotics, which was the pure oxytetracycline. As a farmer, whether boiler or layer, you are supposed to get used to that pure oxytetracycline. It should be your friend. The pure oxytetracycline should be your friend, because it really helps in a lot of things. I could say that these are birds. Truthfully, these are birds. We took care of them from when they came as day old. We never treated coryza. There were so many things we didn't treat. We only treated CROD when they were. We treated CROD when they were at. We treated CROD and coccidosis when they were at. I think the 4th week. And from the 4th week till now that they are laying, we did not treat CROD again. We used stylodox. We didn't treat CROD again. We didn't have birds that were coughing or birds that were sneezing, because we were very, very careful. You see, this is our litter. We don't change it often, because the more you change it, the more you are causing the cough and catarrh and CROD for them. So that's one of the beauty of this thing. You don't change it more often because it's not wet. You can leave this thing for 2 months, 3 months, and the birds will be very, very okay. I think we didn't treat coryza at all. We didn't treat, it was only once we treated CROD, but subsequently we treated coccidosis. You understand? I think the last time we treated coccidosis again was like 7 weeks ago. So it's just like that. So you don't have to wait. I know we did a lot of antiviral drugs, because we have some poultries that are not so far from us. They are far, but they are still close by anyway, still the same vicinity, but maybe like 2 or 3 streets back. And we have a pig farm that is just close by. So we know some things that we are supposed to do. Like, and you know, birds do fly around, and a bird can fly from another farm and come to your farm. And we actually gave antiviral drugs. We do give our birds antiviral drugs, and antiviral drugs is actually very important for your birds. And like I said, if you are giving your birds drug, always check. Is it for laying birds? Some drugs will tell you, do not give this to a laying bird. Like central dicos will tell you. The days I used central dicos, it ended when before the bird started laying. As the bird started laying, now if I want to treat coccidosis, I will go for Aproleum. Aproleum is one of the coccidostats I love for laying birds. Aproleum is very, very good. So if you have laying birds and you want a coccidostat, use Aproleum. Do you understand? Use Aproleum. Don't use central dicos. You see our Facebook page will tell you central dicos is good, this one is good, but Aproleum is actually very good for laying birds. I kid you not. Aproleum is very good for laying birds. So that's that. Always check your drugs. Have a feeding timetable. Have a feeding timetable, I beg you. You understand? And also keep record. Do you know that I take our record from our battery cage and check our record from this deep litter? Our battery cage has its old birds, but I check their record of when they started laying, what's the mortality, because when they started laying, we have a column for mortality, we have a column for soft shell. Then so we're laying soft shell, like maybe they lay 5 eggs a day, and maybe like 2 will be soft shell inside and all that. But we've not really had anyone like that from this deep litter. So personally, it was as if maybe me, I'm not liking the deep litter more. Yes, the deep litter more and all that. The eggs are neat. The only problem I was thinking I would have with this particular deep litter was maybe a dirty egg. But as far as your manure is dry, you can have very clean eggs. You can see the eggs I picked when we came to feed. And these birds, they just started laying. So they are laying well. They are laying so well. I am impressed at the egg that they are actually laying. Yes. So you can see the eggs I came to pick when the second feeding. And today, between yesterday and today, they've laid over half crates of the previous day. Imagine using half crates to pass the previous day. It is possible we can use one crate to pass the next day. Do you understand? And before week 30, you have gotten to your peak production. And you just, one of the beauty of getting it in this business is if you get to your peak production, you try and sustain it. Because the truth is that whether we like it or not, our layers are going to get to a point, maybe a day or two, when they will get tired. Do you understand? So you want to sustain that your peak production. Maybe the day that one will not be tired. Like, okay, the day this one is tired, it's not the way the other one is tired. So if you are doing 90 to 92% every day, it's not a bad thing. Do you understand? Even some people that do cage, their own ends at 80-85%. So if you can do 90%, you can do 95%, you can do 92%, you try and sustain it. You try and sustain it. But if you are doing deep litter, don't expect that you will use the same feed as the person that is using battery cage. Two of you cannot use the same feed. But if you know you have a question, like I said in my previous live, if you know you have a question, you have something that you need us to answer, or there's something that you needed to clarify, you can always drop it in the comment section. Yes, you can always drop it in the comment section and all that. So you can see they are still flexing. They are still flexing. So you want to give them enough feed and don't overfeed them. Don't overfeed them. Fat can kill your birds. Fat can kill your birds. Fat can kill your birds. I kid you not. Fat can kill your birds. And these birds, they are doing marvelously well. They are doing marvelously well. So I will implore you that if you know you are just new to this our channel, you can check our previous videos where we took our time to show how we cared for our bird, or cared for these birds from day old. You can check the videos as to when the birds came, the first vaccination that we did ourselves. You don't need somebody to do it for you. You can do it yourself, and how to take care of them every day. You can check the video and you will see it. The truth is that these pullets do not die like you think. Pullets are very, very strong animals. They are very, very, very strong. But the truth is that if they want to die, they will not tell you, they will just go like that. So you can understand. But you have to do things. The fact that I said I did not treat coryza one day, I only treated CROD as when they were 3 or 4 weeks old, does not mean that you can work for another farmer. Do you understand? Another farmer might have treated coryza like 20 times. I can imagine the pullets we had before this set. I treated coryza when I think their coryza started showing when they were like 4 weeks old. So that set I treated coryza. But you see these sets, they were so okay that we didn't treat coryza. We didn't really use drug for this batch of birds at all. We didn't really use drugs for this batch of birds at all. Because first of all, what we did is that we paid for our birds to be sorted, like sorted well. Like you can actually pay, as in pay them that these birds that they are bringing for you will be sorted well. Yes, so these birds were actually well sorted. So when they came, there was no mortality. In fact, the birds were just great. They did so well. They had this good uniformity in weight, but it was not like all your birds cannot be 100% uniform. It's not possible. You understand? But they were good, and their laying every day is actually very, very good. So like I said, make sure that your litter, if you know you want to go do layer farming, just watch the previous videos that we have of how to take care of them from day old. Watch the videos, the medication that we used, how we brewed them with neodoxinone and all that. So I don't think there's any antibiotics apart from the antiviral, and the time we treated CROD. I don't think there's any other medication that we really giving to these birds. No, apart from the vaccination that we did. We have really not giving anything to these birds. There's even one vaccination that we've not done. Like I told you that these birds are practical birds. Not like we are waiting for something to happen to our birds. No, we are like, we want to wait. There's one vaccination that we want to do. We don't want to do it early. We want to do it later. Maybe when they are like 50% late. That's when we are going to do it. So I'm going to tell you the vaccination that we've not done. I don't know, people are saying we have not uploaded the other video. There's one vaccination that we have not done. But when we are doing it, we are going to show you. I'm going to explain to you why we waited. We wanted to do it when they get to 50% late. You understand? So far so good. You can see that the birds are doing great. Like I said, have a timing when you feed your birds. Have a timing when you feed your birds. You can see that today we are already at the 3rd crate. This is all they've laid today. We're already at the 3rd crate and all that. So the birds are doing great. Imagine before maybe 5 p.m., before 5 p.m., 5:30, if we enter here, we'll still be able to pick some eggs. It might not be as much as it was earlier, but definitely we will still be able to pick some eggs. We'll still be able to pick some eggs. So that's it for those that always be wanting to venture into layer farming. If the broiler farming is becoming so tiring for you, for those that be trying to venture into layer farming, this is actually basically it. This is basically it, the way it is. You can do it. There's no rocket science. Like I said, if there's something you are confused about, if there's something you want us to help you out, you can always drop a message and we'll respond to you. So bye for now.